Let's get right into it. Number 10. Standing up when the ride explicitly said don't. Roller coasters are not subtle about the rules. Sit down. Stay seated. Keep your limbs inside. These aren't suggestions. They're survival instructions dressed up as polite signage. And yet some of the worst roller coaster deaths ever began with someone standing up mid-ride. Sometimes to fix a restraint, sometimes to grab a hat, sometimes because they thought the ride had stopped enough. Here's the psychology problem. Humans are terrible at interpreting almost stopped. Your brain sees slower motion and assumes safety has returned. Physics disagrees. Modern coasters use complex forces, sudden acceleration, lateral shifts, magnetic braking. Standing up at the wrong moment turns your body into an unsecured object in a machine designed to move very fast in very specific ways. These deaths weren't caused by malfunctions. They were caused by momentary impatience and a brain that thought rules expired early. Basically, the ride didn't betray them. They opted out of the agreement mid-loop. Number 9. Restraints that were probably fine. Restraints are boring. They're uncomfortable. They're annoying. Which is exactly why people mess with them. Some of the worst roller coaster deaths involved restraints that were improperly fastened, altered, bypassed, or assumed to be secure without checking. A click that didn't click. A lap bar that felt loose but probably locked. Your brain hates confrontation and delay. It would rather assume safety than ask for help and hold up the line. Social pressure quietly kills common sense. Ride operators check restraints, but they're human too. When redundancy fails, gravity doesn't step in to help. The terrifying part? Many victims didn't realize anything was wrong until the first drop. And by then, there's no undo button. Basically, probably secure is not a category physics recognizes. Number 8. Mechanical failure meets momentum. Roller coasters are engineering marvels. Thousands of moving parts, tight tolerances, brutal forces. And usually, impressively, everything works. But when something fails, it fails at speed. The worst deaths caused by mechanical issues weren't explosions or dramatic collapses. They were misalignments, sensor failures, track issues, maintenance shortcuts that didn't matter until they absolutely did. Your brain assumes machines at theme parks are over-engineered to perfection, and they are until cost, wear, or complacency eats away at that margin. Momentum doesn't care if the failure was rare, or unprecedented, or statistically impossible. Once it's in motion, it completes the lesson. Basically, roller coasters don't need frequent failures to be dangerous. They only need one at full speed. Number 7. Falling objects at high speed. Roller coasters turn everyday items into projectiles. Phones, keys, cameras, loose change. At coaster speeds, these objects don't drop, they launch. And when they hit someone below, it's not a minor inconvenience. It's a ballistic event. Some of the worst roller coaster deaths didn't involve riders at all. They involved bystanders, operators, or people standing in restricted zones. The psychology trap here is trivialization. Small objects feel harmless. Your brain cannot intuitively grasp how much force they gain. Basically, gravity plus velocity turns pocket clutter into weapons. Number 6. Leaving the ride area too early. Rides have procedures for stopping, evacuating, and resetting. And they exist because coasters are not static objects. They're systems that expect human unpredictability. Some fatalities occurred when riders exited vehicles or entered restricted areas before it was safe. Maybe the ride stopped unexpectedly. Your brain sees stillness and assumes safety. But ride systems can restart automatically. Trains can roll back. Components can move without warning. Those rules about waiting for staff? They're written in blood. Basically, a stopped coaster is not a dead coaster. Number 5. Ride operator errors under pressure. Operators are human, tired humans, often young, often underpaid, often managing crowds that are loud, impatient, and distracted. The worst roller coaster deaths caused by operator error weren't due to malice or incompetence. They were caused by overload, missed steps, buttons pressed out of order, assumptions made under pressure. Modern rides are designed with safeguards, but no system is immune to human interaction. One missed lockout, one misunderstood signal. The psychology failure here is trust in routine. When something is done hundreds of times a day, the brain stops treating it as dangerous. Basically, repetition dulls caution faster than any thrill ever could. Number 4, riders who didn't fit the design. This one is uncomfortable but necessary. Roller coasters are engineered for specific body ranges, height, weight distribution, proportions. Restraints are tested on models, not infinite human variation. Some of the worst deaths happened when riders technically met requirements but didn't fit the restraint geometry as intended. Lap bars that didn't secure properly, harnesses that left dangerous gaps, safety systems that assumed a standard body. The psychology trap here is reassurance bias. If the ride lets you on, your brain assumes you're safe. Operators assume the system wouldn't allow a dangerous scenario. Everyone trusts the design, until physics finds the gap the checklist didn't. These deaths weren't caused by recklessness. They were caused by the uncomfortable truth that one size fits most still leaves outliers and momentum doesn't care about edge cases. Basically, the coaster didn't know you were an exception. Gravity figured it out instantly. Number 3, maintenance that was delayed, not skipped. No one likes shutting down a ride. It costs money. It upsets guests. It creates paperwork. So sometimes maintenance gets postponed. Not ignored, just delayed. One more day, one more cycle, one more it's probably fine. And most of the time, it is. Until wear accumulates invisibly. Metal fatigues, sensors drift, stress fractures grow quietly under paint and polish. The psychology failure here is incremental risk acceptance. When nothing bad happens after the first delay, the second feels safer. Then the third. Then it becomes normal. Roller coaster deaths caused by maintenance issues are rarely about negligence. They're about optimism stretched too far. Basically, machines don't fail suddenly. They fail eventually, right on schedule. Number 2, emergency responses that created new danger. When something goes wrong on a coaster, chaos follows fast. Evacuations are stressful. Riders panic. Operators rush. First responders move into environments that are still dangerous. Some fatalities occurred not during the initial problem, but during the response. People entering active zones. Miscommunication about power status. Rescue attempts colliding with moving machinery. Your brain associates emergency with urgency, speed over caution, action over assessment. But roller coasters punish rushed decisions brutally. Basically, trying to fix danger too quickly can create a worse one. Number 1, people forgot these are machines, not toys. This is the thread behind every single roller coaster death. Roller coasters are marketed as fun, colorful, playful, harmless thrill, and your brain absorbs that message completely. But underneath the paint and music is a machine designed to hurl human bodies through space at highway speeds using pure physics. It doesn't know you're laughing. It doesn't know you're scared. It only knows forces, timing, and rules. The worst deaths happened when someone, rider, operator, or system forgot that reality for just a moment. Basically, roller coasters aren't dangerous because they're chaotic. They're dangerous because they're precise, and precision leaves no room for improvisation. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.